Hello, hello, Scorpios. Welcome to Vivid Vibration. My name is Christina, and I'm going to be doing your general read for what's good for now. I hope that y'all are doing well. Thanks so much for being here with me. I'm like a little bit nervous. I feel like, I don't know if it's when I because I feel like when I go and I delete my videos, then that's when it freezes. So I'm like gonna push my luck and just like not delete any videos. I mean, I feel like I've already gotten out more than I typically do anyway, so whatever. Okay, let's get started. What's going on with my Scorpios? Whew, okay. We got cards. The Eternal Child, Kairos, the Crone, the Vessel, holy Jesus, the Medallion, the Village, oh my god, what is this? The Queen, Thanatos, the Creator, and the Dead End. Sweet Jesus fucking Christ, yo. Okay. Y'all got some shit to say, huh? I mean, well, like, Avi, I want to start with the Village, Thanatos, and the Dead End, because, oh God, what was your luck? I don't feel prepared for this. You've had people who were kind of, what was it, the fractured image was one of the reads, and then, you know, like really having to kind of like take it out, you know, like just like experiencing this. I feel like it was like maybe 2 reads ago where it was like the Tower and Death came out, and it was like this like major end that you were facing, and you know, it was like that you were gonna have all of this waiting for you, but first you had to go through all of this like ending. And I feel like that's what's been going on, because then in your last read it was the idea of like when you take something down, like you end up taking down all of this other stuff too, you know, you caught the limb on fire, the dead limb, and then you ended up taking out like a whole section of it all, but you weren't realizing like how that had been preventing you from moving forward, right? So that was like, I feel like, okay, so that's a recap of like your last read. Whew, okay. So you are, you know, I want to say like it's just like a sincere recognition of all of the ways that you've been held back. You know what I mean? Like the last one was, what was it, the idea that like you don't know what's holding you back until it's gone. And you know, and I get the idea that it's like it's gone, and now you've recognized what's held you back, and that's enabling you to move forward. Okay. The Medallion. This card's come out a couple of times now, and it's just coming back to me, Scorpios, for like a hot minute. In one of your reads, it was like you were constantly coming out as the riddle in the Medallion, and like all these people were trying to figure you out and like win the prize of you. And the riddle's not here, but I feel like the Medallion is. You know what I mean? Like you feel like a prize again. And then I want to go to Kairos from there, because Kairos is the idea of the creeper card, right? I mean, you've had people who've been in your peripheral, who've been like rotating around you, like orbiting around you. I want to say it was even showing up in art, you know, like, which is this concept of like people watching you. And I want to say, like, in a way, you know, like watching you evolve, you know, because tying that into the whole, like you not realizing, like until you really burned down all the things that were holding you back, like you didn't realize how stunted you were, right? it's like not until you actually like took all the shit down and like cleared it out that you were able to really come into your like understanding of, you know, this is what, because it was that idea of like, I don't know what's holding me back. I don't know what's preventing me from moving forward, you know, and just feeling this like utter frustration of like, I don't know, you know, and once you figured it out, you know, once you accidentally set yourself on fire, you know, you were able to really see what was, you know, it was illuminated to you, you know, what was missing, and it helped you to really evolve. And I want to say like step into your power. You know, the Queen is such a scorpionic card, you know, I mean, the Queen is like the influencer and the, you know, but it's almost like nobody was hearing your voice. Nobody was, like, all they saw were weeds, and they were treating you like a weed, you know, and it was just kind of like, until you burned down that overgrowth, nobody was going to really see your power. And I feel like there's almost this idea of like, you know, build it or break it, but it was build or break you, you know. It's like, because I think that like that wipeout, that devastation hit you hard, you know, like that was like an eye-opener for you, you know. However that played out, I mean, however it played out, it felt like death, you know, like it felt like you set yourself on fire. And now, you know, like the vessel is almost that idea of like going in and like salvaging everything and like tending to it. And I want to say, you know, like recreating yourself, creating something from nothing, you know, like you had to really like break down and break away from yourself. I mean, I feel like for some of my Scorpios, you've been like delving back into like, you know, family issues and, you know, experiences from your past, and, you know, like dealing with like some core things that were like holding you back, and burning down the overgrowth, you know, coming into your power, creating, like recreating yourself, you know, the way that you've always known yourself to be, that vast forest, right? And I almost want to say like reclaiming your honor in a way. I don't know why honor is like coming through, but it feels like reclaiming your honor. Okay, we have the King of Wands, the Ace of Swords, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Ten of Pentacles. Well, I mean, the Ace of Swords and the Ace of Pentacles is like, you know, a new truth, a new beginning. You know, I would say with the Ace of Pentacles and the Ten of Pentacles, again, it's this idea of abundance. Like, what does abundance mean to you? Because I almost feel like that's been a part of the overgrowth. That had a weird transition in my brain. It was like, money is green, grass is green, weeds are green. It was like money is the weed. It's overgrowth, you know what I mean? And I feel like there have been times in your life, Scorpio, where you've had people who've wanted to manipulate you with money, you know, and you've had to put your foot down and you've had to say no, you know, like I'll take my dignity over your paycheck, thank you, you know, like I'll keep my honor, you keep your cash, you know. like there's been this idea of just really like being asked to sell yourself short, you know. And however that plays out for you, you know, I mean, it could be, you know, in your career, you know, people were asking you to do less than what you were worthy of doing. or it could be in a relationship where somebody was trying to like manipulate you. It could play out in a number of ways. But the idea is that you weren't getting what you deserved because you were being manipulated and controlled. You were being manipulated and controlled because of the weeds. And and the weeds seems to be coming through as money. And I feel like for whatever reason, this revelation is like opening you up to an abundance. And you have the King of Wands. He's like going for it, King. Very passionate, very forward moving. Let's get some more clarifiers. Ooh. You guys have like the Row of Nasty. That came out for my Saddies too. That was just kind of like the same story over and over again. So maybe what we get, the Ten of Swords, the Five of Swords, and the Ace of Swords, which is, it's that idea of like feeling under attack, having to wreak havoc, like having to like pull full stop, having to, like set that dead branch on fire, and oops, there goes the whole forest, like, my bad. But like the revelation that comes with that is this new truth, this new awareness of who you are. You have the Ace of Swords twice. And it's that like after you wreaked havoc, after you really like disconnected and set fire to these like false ideas and these false images of you, and just were like, no, like enough is enough. I'm not living in this like this dead end environment, like enough with all the attacks, enough with all of the, like you don't even see me as a person, like how many times has that been a thing that you've said, and it's like when you bring destruction down on it all, it illuminates you, and it shows you all of the ways that you had been prevented from moving forward. Because again, it was that idea of like when something fell in your path, you just walked around it, but you didn't even realize how like way off track it sent you, like you lost the trail entirely for a second, you know what I mean? And like it was a big deal. And so you, like when you rained down the fire on it, it was almost just like this like point of revelation that like you can create whatever you want to create. You know what I'm saying? Like you always know the direction to turn. You know what I mean? Like, and once you removed like other people's like telling you which direction to turn, you were like, wait a second, like, hold up, skirt. No, like, and I think like it's been witnessed. Okay. The Judgment, the Knight of Pentacles, the Seven of Pentacles, the Page of Swords, the Ten of Wands, oh Jesus, okay, the Three of Swords, the Five of Pentacles, the Hierophant, and the King of Cups. Holy Christ. Okay, so I want to say that, like, okay, Avi, there was somebody that you were, like, trying to, like, strike out, right? You were like, that one needs to go, and, like, aim and fire for that one, and then, like, the whole thing burns. But, like, the person that you were trying to get, I want to say, you managed to walk away from them, like, you managed to, like, take that out, like, an end of all of the backstabbing and all of this like tit for tat, like like nothing's ever getting accomplished, you know, like story must evolve type of, you know, like this is the end. You know, this is a dead end. And, you know, brought judgment to that. You know, just like, hey, not my vibe, you know. I decline, you know, and just kind of like really, I think, stepping away from it. But I don't think that in and of itself was necessarily even like the point of change, I want to say, or illumination, because the illumination was really like once you took the realm, once you were like, no, the trail's right here, you know what I mean, like once you demonstrated this like awareness of yourself, and like I want to say just really stepped into you. And you know, the queen and the crone are very feminine energies, and I feel like you're coming in with and again, gender neutral is coming in with the female like energy. And this Knight of Kings, I mean this fucking Knight of Pentacles, King of Wands, King of Cups, you know, I mean, I feel like there's just this idea of somebody else like coming in, and the Hierophant, you know, there's a lot of like masculine energy here. But I feel like it's just this idea of like, I don't know. I mean, I like this idea of abundance, you know, I mean, it was in your last read, just that idea of like wanting an abundance of community, wanting an abundance of, you know, like just really wanting to create. And, you know, again, here you have this idea of creation, the creation of community, the creation of abundance, you know, like just really like building up toward what you want, you know, and I think that your new beginning is coming from your new truth. And I think your new truth is coming because everything burned down, you know, and I think that, you know, there's been attention. I keep getting these, like the three kings, but you know, it's like, I feel like abundance is like on your horizon. And I feel like what it was that was preventing you, that like that frustration that you were feeling of that, like, I don't know, it was this overgrowth, it was this misconception of you that you like were catering to and placating, and you know, like it was holding you back, it was stunting your growth, you know. 18 minutes. I feel like I have so many cards here that I just kind of want to call it a read and do an archetype, because that was just like but I feel like the message is pretty clear, you know. Oh, that's way too many. It was like 5. We'll take 2 because I took 2 for the other one. The fault line and the healer. Yeah, because I feel like in a real way, you know, it's that, again, it's that idea of like that fractured image, that fractured idea, you know, like that, like there's no solid foundation for you to stand on, because your foundation was standing on, you know, people who didn't even see you in your entirety. They just saw some like random overgrowth and like ran with it. You know what I mean? Like there's this idea of like you bringing healing to yourself. I mean, especially in terms of your last read, you know, with the apocalypse happening, and it's like that idea of like, you know, devastation for the sake of rebirth. And I really do kind of feel like that's even still playing itself out, you know, in that theme of like devastation for the sake of rebirth. All of these endings, you know, like all of this negativity that was just like following you around. And I want to say, like, holding you in place through judgment, you know, that wasn't even yours to, like it was so far from who you were that it was, like, insulting, you know. And it's like bringing all that to an end and bringing healing to yourself. And when you bring healing to yourself, you come into your power. And when you come into your power, you remove the blockage to move into your abundance. And that's what I want to say about that. Thanks so much for spending some time with me. I hope that this resonates, and y'all have a fantastic whatever. Bye.